Yesterday was day one of the Dallas Cowboys OTA period that was available to the media, and I wanted to cover everything we need to know from yesterday's practice, including day one of, us getting to see Brian Schottenheimer's, kind of system with all the veterans, with all the rookies, everyone at the same place at the same time, putting in work, developing, mentoring each other. We saw a lot of Dak Prescott, Joe Milton. Those vibes were incredible. We're going to listen to a couple of interviews from the players like George Pickens and Dak Prescott as well. We're going to break down everything you need to know. Big shout out to Nick Harris. You're going to see some names on your screen of different Cowboys media members. Go give them a follow on X or Twitter, because without them, these videos are not possible. And I understand you guys are probably annoyed that there's no highlights. They're not allowed to record this portion of practice. In the next couple of weeks and months, training camp, they will be able to. So stay tuned. Let's dive in. Now, the first player I want to talk about right here, George Pickens, CeeDee Lamb. You got Jalen Tolbert. Looks like you got Miles Sanders here as well. But let's look into a video, a little bit of an interview from George Pickens from yesterday's practice about why he chose 13 and what to look for going forward.
Kind of like hard work, you know what I mean? Just a way of just keep going, you know what I mean? That's kind of what I feel like I bring from Pittsburgh to the Cowboys, you know what I mean? Just hard work, super hard work. Never get too high, never get too low.
Number 13, story behind it?
No, nothing's like really finalized right now. It's just everybody's, it's a whole bunch of numbers. My guy Trey Sean, he got number 7, and then, Trey's got number, you see what I mean? So like everybody's working right now.
Shotty said he beat you in a free throw contest.
Yeah.
So you beat him a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
When did this contest take place?
The first day I came up here, we did a little shooting and I beat him. Then the next day, he literally brought me up here only to shoot basketball, and then he beat me. So.
Have y'all done a dinner yet?
Yeah, we have at the Cowboys Club.
What did stand out about that dinner, just you and Shotty?
Just everything. The culture too. That's the thing. Like, it's super refreshing with a different culture.
Now, one of the major things from yesterday's practice outside of George Pickens was the mentorship being taken place by Dak Prescott and obviously new quarterback Joe Milton, a guy who played only really one game last year, looked really good for the most part, and has all the arm talent in the world to be a really good quarterback. And Dak Prescott's taken it to himself to be a mentor to him, and that is something we were able to see. A lot of Joe Milton. He didn't look the greatest. There was definitely some ups, there was definitely some downs, but overall, these two are building a chemistry and a rapport with one another that you just love to see.
Jason Garrett talked about the right kind of guy and having captains. So this talk of chemistry and culture has been around here. You guys have said you've had good culture and you've had good brotherhood. Why would it be different this year? Why you said that's going to help us win? Why would it be different this year than in past years?
Yeah, I think one, the approach of how we're building it. I think a lot of times may in the past, I've said it and I've maybe just been talking, and not just talking or naive in a sense of talking about how great just the offenses was, right? And not necessarily the team, and not necessarily offense connecting with defense, connecting with special teams. So I believe that Shotty's doing it the right way from the top down of take the offense and defense away from it, take the positions away from it, take the coaching and player aspect away from it, and let's connect. And you're talking to one of the most optimistic people I think you'll find. I've seen it the way that it's going. I see the way that people are buying into it, and it's hard for me to think anything.
And so far, that's kind of what it's been like for this team thus far. It feels like there's a little bit of a different aura, culture change with Brian Schottenheimer taking over as the new head coach. As you see here, Brian Schottenheimer's word of the offseason has undoubtedly been culture. So this is very, very important when we talk about the overall notes and news from today, or yesterday's practice, I should say. George Pickens hauled in a couple of receptions on a quick slant. Also had a comeback route down the left sideline. Again, this is all according to Nick Harris, so if you want more of this, guys, all you got to do is go follow him on Twitter X right now if you haven't already done so. What else we see? We saw Jake Ferguson. He's added some weight. He's got a little bit bigger, which is going to be, make him tougher to tackle in open space. I like that as well. Gavante Turpin had some really quick routes. Looks like he could be playing a little bit more wide receiver again this year. Love that. He's just such a change of pace difference maker in open space. According to Nick Harris, we also saw Tyler Booker receiving right guard, 1 rep today, basically the starting right guard in OTAs thus far. Now, that is subject to change, but so far, so good for Tyler Booker. So from there, we can talk about, maybe the running backs. They rotated a lot, right? You have Jaden Blue, you have Miles Sanders, you have Javonte Williams, you have Phil Maffa, so many guys. There's nothing you can really take away, to be honest, because you need pads, right? You need to be able to see how these guys perform with an offensive line in front of them, with a defense trying to get them. Now, before we get any further into this video, guys, do me a big favor. Not only follow all of the media members here, but also hit the like button if you want me to post non-stop Cowboys videos throughout the entirety of not only OTAs, right, but also mandatory minicamp. You got training camp as well. If you want me to cover it all, make sure you guys do me a favor, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you are new. It is free. It doesn't cost anything to join the family. And like I said, we got you guys covered not only throughout the offseason, but preseason, regular season as well, breaking down all 22 coaches' film for pretty much every single game. Lock in. Hit the subscribe button, comment down below P2. Let's dive back in and talk a little bit more about this offensive line, right? Right here you see number 60. That is Tyler Guyton. A lot of Tylers on the team. You got Guyton, you got Smith, you got Booker. All these guys are projected to be starters, alongside Cooper. And then from there, you got Terrence Steele at right tackle. They also drafted a Johnny Cornelius in the 6th round of this year's NFL draft. They also brought in Rob Jones from Miami and Sadiq Charles. Who else they signed? Akeem Richards was a 5th round pick last year, or 2 years ago potentially. You got Hakeem Adeniji coming over from Cleveland. So they added a lot of offensive linemen here, just trying to add some more potential overall. You see 64, I believe that is Dakota Shepley. Could be wrong about that one. And then obviously we got 77, who is Sadiq Charles. He's new to the team as well. We saw Sharon Revel work in a limited capacity on the side. Obviously tore his ACL during the college football season, but this was one of the biggest steals, at least in my opinion, of the NFL draft. And with that being said, we also saw Deron Bland take some snaps from the slot in yesterday's practice as well. So again, very cool to see. Kyer Elam is someone that Brian Schottenheimer is so excited about. He's been working on the outside at a couple of PBUs during practice. Again, they were running some 7-on-7s and 11-on-11s. We had the linebacker core do really good. Shamar James, Buddy Johnson, both had interceptions during yesterday's practice as well. We saw Sam Williams and also Donovan Wilson working with the kind of rehabbing group, obviously not participating in full practice. But what I love about Sam Williams, he gets a lot of time to come back and heal up a little bit, right? They added Dante Fowler, who is wearing number 3. You draft Donovan, from Boston College. Sam Williams is here as well. You have Marshawn Neal in the 2nd round pick. You add Peyton Turner, former 1st round pick for the Saints. The potential in this room is insane. And here's Dante Fowler right here wearing that number 3. We also see a guy in Tyrus Wheat wearing number 91. I'm not sure who is behind him here. That could be Solomon Thomas. I'm not too sure. Don't quote me on that. But again, these guys, this room, the defensive line could be unbelievable this year. Now, with that being said, I'm going to end the video here. I wanted to cover a little bit more from yesterday's practice. If they practiced again today, just know you're going to get a part 3 to this video. So make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe, join the family, turn on post notifications, and I'll see you guys in the next update. Should be soon. Peace.